Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Raising the Curtain, a Bloomington Normal Theater podcast with Ashley Raylan. Today, I am here with the lovely Morgan Rondinelli, who is the choreographer for the upcoming production of Young Frankenstein at Community Players Theater. How are you, Morgan?
I'm cold, but otherwise good.
It is very cold today, y'all. Wear a coat. Morgan and I are here to talk a little bit about what you can expect at auditions for Young Frankenstein. Yeah. But before we kind of get into that, Morgan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I got into theater in 2019. This might surprise people. I really didn't do theater beforehand. I did one show in high school, which was Seussical, obviously.
Everyone does Seussical.
But I grew up more of a dancer than a theater kid. Did competition teams and dance team in high school. And I don't know, I saw that there were auditions for cabaret in this new town I had moved to. And I got a haircut from Ken Sprouse, and
of course.
I have to give him credit. And I was like, I don't know if I should audition. Like, I'm so scared. He's like, no, come audition. It's going to be so much fun. So I did, and then I got cast, and we did that show
Yeah,
together.
we did. That's where I met you.
Yeah. And I've been hooked ever since.
So when did you start dancing?
Oh, gosh, when I was like 3.
And you're not from Bloomington Normal, right?
No, I'm from Ohio.
You're from Ohio. Why did I think you were from Michigan?
I went to school in Michigan.
Okay.
Just doing a tour of the Midwest.
That's fabulous. I love that for you. So you're used to this weather then, I'm assuming.
Yes, this is nothing.
So obviously you got hooked through cabaret,
yes.
And you recently, what was it, like 2 years ago, got elected to the Board of Governors at Community Players as well.
It's going to almost be 2 years, yeah, because I'm up for election.
That's what I thought. So what do you do for the board?
I am our social media and website chair. So basically the social media posts, updating the website with cast names and show pages and bios and TikTok, which I'm still learning.
Aren't we all?
But helping others basically do takeovers of the social media, which is really helpful, and just anything you see posted, basically.
So I do want to focus on Young Frankenstein,
yeah.
But at the end, I do kind of want to come back to you for your board position because they do have their season announcement party coming up. So we'll talk about that a little later on. So what made you want to choreograph this show? Is this the first time you've choreographed?
So I choreographed Miscast Cabaret, which was our first show coming back from COVID. And then I choreographed Elf as like my full big production. So this is about number 2.5, I guess, that I'm choreographing. I don't know. It's just such a fun show. The only time I'd seen the movie was on a band bus field trip, which does not count because who knows, like, how much of that I got. Yeah. But I rewatched the movie and it is just so ridiculous. And I was like, but we're going to add dancing. I'm in.
Excellent. And of course, it's being directed by Marsha Weiss,
yes.
who I know you've worked with previously.
Yes, many times.
She's a very well-known name in the theater scene.
Never miss an opportunity to work with her.
No, I agree. I've done a few shows with her, and it is a fantastic time. I feel like a lot of people, when they come into an audition, their main nervousness comes from the vocal audition, right?
Yeah.
At least I know that's how I am.
That's how I am.
It's like I am an actor first, then a dancer, and then we'll maybe sing.
I'm a dancer, then an actor, then a singer. I don't know.
She's questioning herself.
But I'm a dancer.
Right. So what is like your choreography process when you're coming up with not only choreographing a show, but what you determine is the audition piece?
Yeah. Well, when I'm choreographing a show, mostly I will just go song by song, and I have a really hard time doing like part of a song and then not finishing it. Mm-hmm. So I have to finish a song. But that doesn't mean I go in order within the song. I just listen to it over and over and over, and my neighbors probably hate me, especially because last night I was tap dancing at like 8 p.m.
I saw your video on Instagram.
It was 8 p.m. So like I was like, okay, we're going to stop at 8 p.m. I'm going to be nice. But like still, I was just doing the same tap steps over and over. But yeah, I just listen to the song repeatedly, the same 20 seconds, and try out dance moves, and then hope 5 seconds later I remember what I did. Because that definitely happens where you're like, ooh, that was really cool. What did I do? Yeah, and that's so sad. But then you just kind of piece together the different parts of the song until you have one whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Are you well, I'm hoping this is a both answer, but obviously I feel like everyone has their own preference depending on if you have a dance background or not.
Yeah.
Do you choreograph to counts or do you choreograph to lyrics?
I would say more counts, but then there's sometimes where they'll just like add in 2 random notes.
Right.
And you're just like, okay. So then you have to do words.
I know. I always have that issue. It's like I try so hard to choreograph 2 counts.
Yeah.
But then I become that like typical jazz, you know, where you're like bow,
The sounds.
pow,
Yes. Especially in
that.
tap. Yeah.
I want you all to know when I did those
They were
noises,
fabulous.
I had to move
Yes.
to them. I didn't just say them.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and like, if you're not going to give me 8 counts, how am I supposed to count?
exactly. I'm not going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3 and a half.
No.
That's dumb. So, okay, that's good to know. Especially, I think that's kind of the same thing as people who maybe can read music and can't read music.
Right.
Right? You have to know how to appeal to both.
Yeah, you can make it work.
To make sure everyone feels comfortable. So I know one thing that's going to be a little different for this audition is typically, depending on the director, that is.
Yeah.
Sometimes auditions are closed or they are open. Are these auditions? Which one are these?
Yeah, these ones are open, so you'll be singing and dancing in front of everyone else auditioning, as well as the production staff.
And you're dancing first.
We
Is
are,
that correct?
yeah.
Okay, so everyone come in your
Come
comfy
ready.
clothes. Don't come in your audition clothes if you wear heels like some of us
Right,
do
no.
the auditions. Unless they're a character shoe, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
Are there any sort of specialty dances in this? I know you kind of said you were working on some tap stuff last night.
I am so excited to have a big tap number. If you have any tap experience, bring your shoes, try it. We'll just do a little tap check, try some steps, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, if you have any experience, bring them.
Awesome. I mean, I love tap. I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for tap. If people don't know, you also teach at a local dance studio.
I do.
Where do you teach at?
McLean County Dance Association. I teach a musical theater class.
So, great segue. So with that musical theater class, I feel like for some people that might kind of be like a vague.
Yeah.
You know, it's not jazz, modern, lyrical.
Sure.
So what is musical theater choreography for you?
For my students, we do like a different show combo every few weeks.
Okay.
Well, pretty soon we'll start preparing for the big end of year gala. But so we've done like a combo to Aladdin. Last time we did Hadestown, because who doesn't love Hadestown? I wanted to introduce them to that.
There you go.
We did Hamilton. We did Dear Theodosia. So it is jazz, lyrical.
It is.
It's everything. We just do a different combo every few weeks. And then occasionally we do adult workshops, which will just be like a combo, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for Young Frankenstein, obviously I don't want you to speak for Marsha.
Sure.
Can you talk a little bit about maybe the vision that we're going for this show?
Yeah, I mean, for me, in terms of the dance, it is just high energy, lots of fun. It's not a ballet, it's not modern, but it's very much like, I want good technique, but also fun is so much more important too.
Exactly. I feel like there's always that fine line of like, be a technical dancer but know how to break it. Be a technical singer but know how to break it.
Yeah, like it should be clean, but I don't want everyone to look exactly the same.
Right. It's okay if we have some flair in our hands.
Yeah.
Obviously, you mentioned it is a movie. Mel
Yes.
Brooks. Everybody knows that. I'm assuming everybody knows that. But for anyone who maybe hasn't seen the movie with Gene Wilder and Peter Boyle, can you talk a little bit about the synopsis of the show itself?
Yeah, the brief synopsis, basically Frederick Frankenstein, that's how he pronounces it, is coming back to his hometown where his grandfather was the mad scientist, and he's like, no, I'm not going to create a monster, but then he does, and it's about him and his assistants and embracing his family culture of being a mad scientist.
So there are also a lot of really good roles in this show. Obviously, Frankenstein, the monster. What's her name? Inga,
the lab assistant.
Igor. I'm not sure.
It's Igor
Is it
in this
Igor?
version.
Okay.
I think it's like the name joke.
Okay, love that. And then we were talking a little bit earlier because neither one of us can pronounce the one character, Frau. Something like that.
Blucher, Blucker.
She just has one of my favorite songs in the whole show. Yes. So I don't know. She's a really fun part. So obviously there's going to be a lot of great dancing roles. Yeah. There's also a lot of, featured smaller parts as well. So we can make sure everyone comes out for those. So we had mentioned choreography, music, and is there cold readings? Well, it's not cold, they're provided.
Yeah, they're on the website. You have to scroll to the bottom, but all the sides are there. It'll depend on time those first few days, and then hopefully Wednesday we'll have more time with callbacks to do some reading.
And there's a sign-up genius for
There
these auditions,
is.
correct?
Yeah, so it's basically you pick which day you're going to come. That way we know about how many people to expect. And it also has you provide your audition song so the accompanist can know a little bit of what they're going to be playing. I don't know how they do that. It's so impressive.
I know. Is it who is your accompanist?
It's Leah Megley.
Leah Megley?
Yeah.
I love Leah. I had dinner with her the other night. And of course, for those individuals who maybe aren't on social media, aren't the, most technologically advanced,
sure.
Is it okay to just go ahead and walk in?
Yeah,
like you've seen before?
If you decide 10 minutes beforehand, I'm coming out, come on out.
And
we'll see you and we'll do it.
So who all are we going to be auditioning for?
So the main people will be Marsha Weiss, the director, music director Ben Sims, myself, choreographer. Any other staff will probably be there. I'm not sure exactly who. And then the producers, Tom Smith and Trey Campbell, will be very busy, but they'll be there. For all the
paperwork.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite song in the show that you have or that you have choreography for? If that makes sense.
I really like Please Don't Touch Me just because it's hilarious. But then last night I was working on the tap, and that's going to be my favorite.
It's so weird to me. It's like, I feel like I don't want to say not a lot of people know how to tap, but I feel like tap is kind of like the unsung hero of the musical theater world.
Yeah.
And when you think of tap, I feel like everyone just thinks of Anything Goes.
I mean, they're not wrong, but
yeah, like that's like that big iconic tap number.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish more people would do tap. Tap was always kind of my forte.
I love tap, and I feel like it's something anyone can learn. I'm going to go on a soapbox.
I love that.
But like, I also grew up in the ballet world, and it's about putting in the hours, but it's also like, you're 2 inches too short. You can't be in this company. Mm-hmm. I feel like anyone can put in the hours and learn tap.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so I love tap.
Yeah. Yeah, I took ballet. I was never
or
really
like
a
your
ballet
foot
girl
is the wrong shape, so now you spent all your whole life doing this, and you're not going to make it. But whereas if you put in that many hours in tap, anyone can do it.
Also, a tap shoe lasts a lot longer than a
point
shoe.
Gosh.
Especially if you're in a company.
Yeah, they last you years, which is wild.
I am pretty sure I still have my tap shoes from my senior year of high school.
Yeah, and they just get better.
They do. They really do. And I always struggled with, like, I don't sound clacky enough. That was always my big thing, even taking tap for years. And I finally, like, once you really learn, like, the weight distribution and how to place your foot, it makes all the difference. It doesn't have to be loose and clacky.
Yeah, well, I got new tap shoes for Newsies, and I still am not happy with the sound just because they're the exact same tap shoe I had beforehand. Mm-hmm. But they're slightly different, and they don't hit the right place at right time, and so I'm still breaking them in. So, which no one else can hear it except me. But.
I mean, that's okay though. You're the choreographer. You're supposed to hear that. So we both worked on Big Fish together, and I just happened to think of this for that USO tap number. We tap danced in heels. Yeah, is this a heel tap or a flat tap?
It would probably be like the boot shoe.
The boot shoe, gotcha.
But honestly, I don't know. That would be up to our costumer, Opal.
Okay, I don't know. I just thought of that. But
yeah, I would assume boot. Just because they wear, like, tuxes almost.
Oh, that's true.
But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. So, build up that ankle strength. Just
right,
in case,
yeah.
I guess.
Oh, my God.
So, why do you do theater, Morgan?
Oh, gosh. It's weird because I am so shy and quiet.
I can vouch for that.
So people are like, wait, you do theater? But I'm a very different person when I'm dancing and when I'm on stage, and I love that I get to be that different outgoing person for 2 hours. And it's also just like the friends are the best part, and it's, I don't know, I almost like the rehearsals more than the performances.
Yeah, I can see that.
You're building something, and you're collaborating with each other, and you're learning. And then, like, you put on the show, and it's like, okay, I mean, that's fine. It's fun. But, like, I like the learning process.
I get that. Fun fact about me and Morgan. I would give Morgan so many, like, stress-induced attacks during cabaret because Morgan is a very organized person, and I'm not saying I'm not, but this girl makes spreadsheets and is like, every page, who does what where. You do it for yourself, but you also do it for other people.
No, it's mostly I make my brain is what I call it, which is very fitting for Young Frankenstein.
It is.
Where I have like a list of what costume I'm wearing where and what side I enter.
So for cabaret, what was it? The pineapple song? I don't know.
I think so, but we were moving a chair.
We were moving a chair. It was you, me, and Callie Bundy, maybe. I don't remember. Somebody else was. I grabbed a chair. Morgan grabbed a chair, and somebody else grabbed a table. And there, Morgan would always be ready, like a whole 2.5 songs ahead.
It was my first show, okay?
She was nervous. And I'd always just be hanging out in the green room waiting till the
10 seconds.
The 10 seconds. I'd be like, girl, I'm fine.
I was like, I'm going to have to move chairs and tables by myself.
And I only missed it once.
You only missed it once, I'll give you that.
But that was not because I was late, it's because I fell down the basement steps.
Which is valid.
So, but I never missed it after that.
No.
So if you ever want to stress Morgan out,
be almost late for an entrance.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing that. But
I was really nervous. I had no idea what I was doing.
I feel like you've gotten accustomed to me in that way, though. Well, like I'm always.
I hadn't done a show since freshman year of high school.
Right.
So I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah. No, that's okay. And that was a weird scene transition.
It
anyway.
was, yeah.
So, but
we made it.
But we're all good there. But no, I do kind of agree with you though that yes, the rehearsal process can be stressful. You know, and obviously, conflicts and sickness and all of that come up, and you might have to fly by the seat of your pants and change what you're working on that night. And someone may not be prepared for it. Yeah. But we all just kind of have to work with it, and it all eventually comes together.
It always does.
And I always hate when I see people stressing so much. It's like I completely understand that frustration, but we'll figure it out.
We're here to have a good time.
Exactly.
Might as well have a good. If we're not having a good time, why are we here?
Then nobody's gonna have fun.
Why are we here?
And I think that's really pivotal of people who do theater is like you have to know that good bridge between when you have to be professional and have like an authoritativeness, but also know when to have fun and play. Yes, because we got to experiment with it.
Yeah, especially a show like this, like you have to play.
Yeah, like and this one is fun. So
yes.
But even I look at stuff like 12 Angry Jurors.
Sure, serious
shows.
If
there is no humor in that and no fun, everyone's going to leave rehearsal miserable, and you don't want that. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a really fun production. I know a lot of the production staff. Yeah. And I just think it's going to be a good experience. And I know that's one thing that Marsha likes to pride herself on is she wants everyone to have fun when you do a show with her. Obviously, we all want to put on a good performance. I don't believe that anybody is going in to do a production.
Let's do a bad job.
Wanting it to be atrocious. So I think that'll be good. And I think it'll also be really cool to see Young Frankenstein done at Players. I think it's a very different type of show for them. Yeah. I don't think they've ever done it before.
No, not that I know of.
Okay. We got Eli over here saying, nope, never. So let's jump to your board position. Yeah. Well, not your position specifically, but you have the season announcement party coming up for
on Saturday.
Saturday the 20th. Look at my count. Saturday the 20th.
I'm not getting the days wrong this time.
No. That's okay. So season announcement coming up at Community Players.
Yes, at the theater itself.
And I know I was on the board when we did this. So this past January was the big gala. Yeah. This one is kind of back to the normal,
back to the norm, at the theater. Bring yourself, bring your friends, bring your family.
And this is open to anybody. Yep. And I did take some notes. So it is from 6 to 9. So come one, come all. And we'll find out what the shows are for the upcoming
but surely
season.
We'll announce them, build lots of suspense.
Is there, I know previously in the past there have sometimes been like a silent auction or raffle or anything. Is that happening at this season announcement?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Just didn't know if people needed to bring money or, how we can always like...
I think there will be a push for the renovation, but I'm not positive on that. So, if you want to donate to the renovation...
We won't tell you no.
But no, there's no silent auction.
Okay, cool. I was just curious about that. So, Young Frankenstein goes up March 8th. So about an 8-week rehearsal process.
Oh my God, don't say that.
That's normal for a musical.
I know, but I don't want to look at it that way.
Fair enough. Okay, so March 8th, 2.5 months away.
Yeah, 2.5 months.
So there you go. March 8th through the 10th, 15th through the 17th, and 22nd through the 24th. Players is also known for doing their Pay What You Can preview night.
Yes, so on Thursday.
That would be on that Thursday, the 7th, I'm assuming. Yeah. If I have my dates correct. So just so people can kind of know going in and all of that, do you know kind of roughly what the rehearsal schedule is going to look like? Obviously not, breakdown, but are we going like Sunday through Thursday, Monday through Friday?
The plan is Monday through Friday starting around 6:30.
Okay. to like 9:30ish.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We always have to put that ish question mark at the end of
I mean,
that.
Marsha's so good about that, though, that like, she doesn't want to waste your time.
I don't think anybody needs that.
No.
So auditions are tomorrow.
They are.
Tomorrow, the 15th.
Yes.
16th and 17th. Sign Up Genius can be found on Facebook. Can it also be found on the
website?
The website?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Anything you'd like to add about the show that you think would really bring people out to audition for it?
This isn't bringing people out, but you have to be 18 to audition. I should mention that. Yeah, just come have a good time. Bring your best song in the style of the show and get ready to dance.
Awesome. And then correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe the COVID vaccination guideline has been lifted.
Yes.
Okay. I know for the last couple years you were required to be vaccinated. That's not a thing anymore, correct?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure so people knew if they needed to bring that or not. So the last question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
It's not about Young Frankenstein. I mean, it can be, but that can't be your answer. Do you have a favorite musical?
Does it have to be one I've done or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh, gosh. Can I pick like 3?
Sure.
Okay.
But you have to tell us why.
I love Matilda. That is not a secret.
Oh, I knew that.
And getting to do that was like a dream come true. When you get to do your favorite show, because you have to wait for the rights to come out, and then you have to wait for community players to pick it, and then you have to get cast in it. So getting to do that was a dream come true. I love the book. I love everything about Matilda's spirit and power, so that's why that one's my favorite.
Not to interject you, but I know you have a connection with
Mara Wilson. Yeah, I've met her, the original Matilda. I'm involved with the International OCD Foundation, and she was our keynote speaker at one of the conferences.
Okay.
So I got to meet her and take a picture doing the Matilda pose.
Oh, that's so cool. Like her little...
Yeah, the little hands on hips.
That's so cute. I love that for you.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing that photo when we were doing the show.
Yeah.
So very cool. What else you got?
Other favorites. I love Hadestown, as I mentioned. I got to see that twice, which was incredible. I went by myself to see it. I was visiting a friend in New York, and I was like, I'm just gonna go see this show by myself.
You know, don't hate me. I am like the one person who does not like Hadestown.
Oh my gosh.
But everyone has told me like you have to see it in person.
Yeah.
And I was the same way with Hamilton. I couldn't get on the Hamilton bandwagon till I saw it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, I know it's come to Chicago
It'll come
a few
again,
times,
yeah.
but I've listened to that soundtrack about 14 times, and I'm just like,
have you listened to the off-Broadway live version? Because I like that better than the Broadway.
I will give that one a try. I don't think I've listened to that one. I think it's just been Broadway.
It's a little more jazz.
Oh, okay.
And that's my favorite, because you know how it's going to end, and you are so invested in the collective gasp when you see it live. When he's, it's heartbreaking. My other favorite would be Parade. I also recently saw that. Well, they just did the revival, and I had never heard it before, and I just kind of accidentally discored it when they did the revival, and I think it's such a cool show.
It's a very cool show. I loved that Ben Platt was in it. Yes.
Oh my God, Ben Platt. I can't believe I got to see him again. I went by myself. Well, no, I went with my sister for that one. But like,
hold up.
No. I just mean like I flew by myself and met her there, which I hate traveling, so that's a big deal. But
well, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw. I love that show, and
I
saw his Tony performance of just the title song.
Yeah,
and I can't imagine seeing that in person. I'm sure it was gorgeous.
Well, and I was sick too, so I could barely hear it. Just listening to every word,
just so intently.
And the projections were really cool, especially before the show. They did projections where it zoomed in on the sign of where he was killed. And then the show started, and I was like, oh, my God.
Spoiler alert if you don't know that about Parade. No, that's okay. I give spoilers all the time.
It's not really a spoiler at this point.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So, and then my last question.
Yes.
Obviously, we did Matilda recently. When was that? 21?
2 years ago,
21 or 22? 22.
I don't know. They all blend together.
It was recently.
It was recent.
What show are you hoping to see players do here, maybe within the next couple of years? That you would want to choreograph?
Oh gosh,
I guess
Hadestown. We can't even do it because who knows when those rights will be available?
Yeah, no kidding.
10 years, I don't know.
Give or take.
But I would love to do Hadestown.
Awesome. So, all right, Morgan. Well, we'll just give a quick reminder here. Auditions for Young Frankenstein are coming up tomorrow, January 15th, 16th, and 17th. Sign Up Genius can be found on the social media page of just Facebook.
It's in the
like-
if you go to Instagram, it's in
in the
our
bio?
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll get there.
So the Facebook event, the Instagram bio on the website. They start at 7?
yes.
Okay, start at 7. And then performances start March 8th. So make sure you come out and dust off your tap shoes. I'm sure
Yeah.
Morgan would love to have all the tappers
Oh my gosh,
she can
please.
get. So, all right, Morgan, I appreciate you coming out and doing this. And I hope you guys get a fabulous turnout at Auditions.
Thank you so much.